What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast presented by BetRivers. I am your host, Toothpick, and we will be bringing you a couple of different things today. We'll be talking Commanders continuing to search for an offensive coordinator. We will also talk a little NCAA NIL money, those situations there, and we will be looking at the divisional round of the playoffs today. You know, the whole crew's ready. We backstage. We about to get into it. Plus, we're going to disappoint Ant just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit, all right? Y'all know how we do. We ready to get into this thing. Let's go.
Artlist.io.
Welcome back to First String Podcast presented by BetRivers. Make sure you download the BetRivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older to play. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. We are making a push for 500 subscribers. So make sure you tell a friend about First String Podcast. Don't forget to give us that good thumbs up and hit the bell to enable alerts for new content just like this. We really appreciate you. We are also available on Twitter, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Play, and Google Podcast Play. So we're everywhere like air. We're in your face like space. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to bring in the squad. Let's bring in a man that said, Mr. Bowles, just drop your son off and keep on pushing. I'm talking none other than Said Stats and Facts. What's good, man? How are you?
You got that right. You got that right. Is it straight? Okay, yeah, we're good.
But the problem is you didn't say where, so he's going to bring him to Maryland so he can play linebacker for Mike Locksley. Thank you for that. Thank you for that recruiting tip, Said. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Hey, he locked in. He's locked in.
He's ready to go.
I just gonna need Todd Bowles to keep moving. Don't stop to talk to nobody else. Say, hey, Kirby, he'll drop my son off. I'll talk to you later. Don't stop to talk to head coaches. No offensive coordinators, no defensive line coaches, no offensive line coach. Just
just drop them right off to Mike Locksley. I got you.
Right.
I'm with you, Sid.
Working on 3P.
Lady A, how are you?
I'm doing well. I feel you on the Maryland.
Right.
You know, just go right on over to Maryland. Just cut on over.
Just right up 95. Just keep on. Just keep on
go the other way.
Just keep on pushing.
Did y'all recruit the one Georgia transfer who entered the transfer portal from Maryland? They ended up in Nebraska. Did they even go after him?
Probably so. Mike Locksley's a heck of a recruiter.
MJ Sherman signed with Nebraska out of the transfer portal.
Oh man, like I'm gonna have to get on this portal. I'm gonna have to start tapping your computer, making sure Locks is on.
I can take a trip down College Park and have a conversation.
Yeah, go talk to Locks, please. Go talk to Locks. Yes, please. Hey, now listen. It's 4 of us on here. 2 of us root for the same team. 1 roots for a team out of Atlanta. The next guy that I'm about to bring on roots for a team out of Dallas, which happens to be the only team from this podcast still active. So without further ado, let's bring in the one and only Antmo. How are you, sir?
Excuse me, I'm recliner. I'm putting my recliner up
so we can talk, sir. You're supposed
so we can talk about whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No, wait.
I was in deep thought thinking about.
You're supposed to be sitting
the
up
second round of the playoffs, man. I'm just thinking about.
You're supposed to be watching film study. You reclining. That's how you get beat.
I'm first mentally preparing myself. I gotta keep the blood pressure off my feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever. Let's do it.
You ready for it?
How's everybody doing?
Everybody's good.
Blood pressure on my feet.
Keep the blood pressure circulating. Hey, you mess around, get too comfortable, you get a snuggie, you be right on the couch with us.
Man, y'all know I stay with the snuggie now.
Hey.
Nah, don't worry about that one. I ain't worried about that one.
Sam almost messed up everything electronic in his
spit on everything. I'm gonna hold on that for a minute. I come back to it.
They couldn't put it together. I'm sorry. Say it next time. I'll be quiet till you finish.
Listen. And we was having a conversation. You was ready to jump on the grenade on Tuesday for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You was ready. You said you was gladly sacrifice, right? And I was upset with the NBA. I was upset with the NFL. I was upset with the NFL because it was getting in the way of the NBA. So Ant said I would gladly make that sacrifice. Well, somebody must have heard me because the game has been moved to 1.
What?
Yeah, I get to do everything I want to do.
What?
That's weird.
The Mavs.
They moved the game?
They moved the
Mavericks
and the Clippers.
Yeah, they probably did that because of the NFL.
Because Cowboys are playing. So both teams would have been playing at the same time.
Yeah.
I thought the game was on Saturday, though.
No, it was on Sunday, the same time that the Cowboys are playing.
Right.
Oh, I wish I would have known that. I wouldn't have jumped on no grenade for that.
No, but they just did it today.
No, he didn't realize his team was playing.
That's what I told him. I was trying to tell him.
I thought the discrepancy was live streaming the game on Saturday night, but it was coinciding with the Maverick game.
No, that was Sunday, the Sunday game.
That's what I was. That's why I was like,
that's what I thought as well.
See.
Yeah,
but no, if the Mavericks are playing,
the Giants-Eagles game is Saturday night,
right?
And that's what I thought the discrepancy was because we were talking about streaming one of those or both of those games.
Yeah,
it was already understood I wasn't streaming Sunday night. So for the Saturday,
I thought you was just going to avoid the game altogether and just go watch.
No, that was a clear misunderstanding. Misappropriation of church funds.
What?
No, sir. You're just fine. It doesn't matter what you do here. I won't be on.
Okay, listen. We got to say what's up to Droop. Droop said Droop is there.
Hello.
Right. We got to say what's up to our guy Bruce. Thank you all. You know we
appreciate
Bruce.
every one of y'all jumping in the chat. Y'all in the chat, we see y'all. Yeah. So listen,
that's not cashing checks, and that's the wrong.
That's cashing out. Oh, I know, because after we cash the checks, that's what we do next.
See, no.
Yep.
See, no.
Yeah.
All y'all just wrong.
Yeah. Stop playing.
And then look at Sid going on around in the circle.
Sid, I got one of them guns.
What?
You act like you ain't never got caught in a thunderstorm, lady.
What? I don't do those things. I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
Hey, thunderstorm.
Now, when you're saying thunderstorm, is that has anything to do with clapping?
No, that's two.
You know what? No, that is not what.
That's 2 guns, Ant. You said you got 1. That's 2 guns. That's a thunderstorm.
Ant. Yes, corner.
Look at Sam.
I'm glad he turned his camera off because he was in the corner. It is too early in the show for this mess.
Man.
And I let him lead me down that road too.
Right.
That's the bad part about it.
God.
All right.
Regular scheduled programming.
Yeah, let's bring it back. All right, listen.
Terrible.
Man, we really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Don't forget to give us a follow on Twitter. I'm at Toothpick74. Says at Blink71. Lady A is at Lady J Antoinette. And Ant is at Mind of a Man Pod on Twitter.
On my laptop, it's magically working again.
Hey, how about that? There we go. It's called getting that
space.
No, I was about to say something else, but that was going to take us down the road path again. So I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it alone. Right? The antivirus. You got to get your antivirus right. All right. We
ain't doing 5 good minutes today, Bruce. I do have some. I do have keys to victory. Actually,
you got your 5 good minutes, right?
Oh, I got them, but I thought you said, "Well, okay, yeah." Well,
no,
you'll find out later. Stick around to the end, Bruce. You'll find out.
We got your 5 good minutes. All right. So listen. What do the Cowboys need to do to beat the 49ers? We got you, Bruce. We got you covered. Let's talk about.
That's a tough
first
thing.
things I want to do is talk about this. You know, recruiting windows are open and things like that. for college football. We came in talking about said and Todd Bowles is someone who plays linebacker. Well, there's an incident in the University of Florida recruiting. They had a young quarterback by the name of
Jayden Rashada.
Jayden Rashada, who signed I think it was $14 million.
Oh, it was 13. He signed a
$13 million NIL deal.
Mm-hmm.
And Jayden has not enrolled at the University of Florida and has taken his commitment back from the University of Florida because funds have not been transferred or allocated.
No.
It fell through.
No. Both of y'all wrong.
Well, come on.
Florida nixed the deal.
Yeah, okay. There we
go. Florida canceled his NIL deal with whatever company he was with. He was like, okay, I'm not coming to Florida.
So here we go. So
yeah, because
he's not getting the 13 mil.
Yeah, the group was led by Eddie Rojas, a former Florida baseball player. And so I don't know what happened. It says, but what I saw was that it wasn't clear why Rojas terminated the deal. So you're saying said that the reason is because Florida made him terminate the deal.
University of Florida terminated the deal.
So here's my thing though about this. How much did Bryce Young get before he even took a snap?
Oh man, I know for a fact when he first went there, he got $1 million off the top. I'm not sure what company it was with, but he got $1 million.
He got $1 million. So he made $1 million in college. This kid hasn't taken a snap yet and was set to make $13 million. What is the NFL going to do about this? I mean, like, this is ridiculous because these numbers are
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the NFL has nothing to do with it. They already have structures put in place. This is just a way to kind of level the playing field for these kids who have the cachet and the image likeness, all those good things that justify them being paid as such. So I don't think it has nothing to do with what the NFL does.
This young man was going to be a freshman with a $13 million deal. So number one, he's not going to leave college early if he's making this type of money. That's number one. Number two, when you have your rookie deal,
what'd you say?
That's going to come into play. Yeah, that's going to come. That rookie deal, this is going to come into play because he's already, if it's freshman year of college, he's making $13 million. If he can make that in his freshman year, by his senior year, how much is he going to be making? So then when he goes into the NFL, he ain't going to go early. So that's going to cut down.
He won't be able to leave early because a lot of the NILs are tied to them being in college.
Right.
So it may be tied to him doing 3 years before he can leave. Or it may be tied to him doing 4 years because if he leaves early, they may void the last year. Right. It's like an NFL contract.
Right.
Listen, this is what metaphor says. These dudes ain't going to play in the NFL afterwards. Going to make more money in college because don't forget it's a rookie pay scale, but it's a rookie pay scale. And if you getting $13 million now, right? What they say, hungry dogs.
You can only be in college for 4 years, player.
Hey, but wait. But hungry dogs run fast. Hungry dogs run fast, right? And if I'm already full off of 13 mil. Why do I need to put my body through more torture, bro?
These kids may be worse with money than rookies and vets in the NFL. This money has to stretch. This is a farce. This is not what's gonna happen on a regular basis. No. One of the things that I remember is somebody breaking down that with the NIL deals, let's say somebody gets sponsored from Nike. If the team is already sponsored by Nike, they're only going to allocate money that's already within the deal that the team has. They're not going to do separate money.
So they're going to take money from the school. So if Nike giving, let's say Nike's giving Oregon $70 million, but all of a sudden now we have a quarterback coming in making $13 million. So out of that $70 million, somebody help me with the math real fast.
Yes,
we down to
57.
We down to $57 million, right?
Yes.
For the school now.
Yes.
So that means somebody on the volleyball team is cut. Your travels on the volleyball team.
No. What they're saying is that the Nike, that the teams aren't going to allow those type of deals to happen for that reason, because they're not going to take that much money away from what I could potentially make to give it to you. So that's what they're saying. That's why deals like this get nixed. Yeah. Not everybody's going to be able to pay these kids $13 million. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. And not everybody's going to be worth it. The idea that these kids aren't going to go to the NFL. No, a lot of these kids won't be able to, because a lot of them aren't going to pan out.
We already know the NFL is the top 1%. But what I'm talking about is this. Bryce Young, who made $1 million in college already. Let's just say that this NIL thing was already in place and the money had got to, let's say, $7 million. And then you got a Bryce Young who is worth every penny of the $1 million that he's earned so far. Now he's the next one up, right? Like, let's say the little Manning kid hasn't touched college yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to have a sweet NIL deal. Let's say, but he comes from money. Let's just say it's some kid that has never had money before, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just take, for instance, that the Manning kid never had money. So forget his last name. His name is just Manning, but he's not Peyton or Eli's nephew. He's not Cooper's son, right?
Right.
Now we give him $13 million. Football is an attrition-based sport. Injuries are bound to happen, right? Who's to say that this dude tears the MCL and doesn't come back as hungry because he's already got $13-14 million? When he has the ability to come back.
You're not getting all the money from pick.
But I'm saying, but do you see the point is?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But the thing is, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, these NIL deals for that amount of money are tied to the amount of time they play in school. So if he tears ACL, as long as he's in school, he's going to get that money. But they're not giving him, boom, I'm giving you $13 million up front. No.
But the point is, what is pushing you to get back on the field? Because you already got $13 million.
You got get back $3 million if they broke it up over the span of how long he could possibly be in college.
But
that is more than he would have had by working at McDonald's.
I'm sure
you just said it. He's a kid that doesn't know about money. He doesn't come from money. $3 million is not gonna last him the rest of his life. I'm sorry. He's gonna blow a lot of that money.
Let me ask you guys.
Let me apologize. If you got $3 million right now, would it last you for the rest of your life?
But hold on. Are you able to renegotiate the contract at any time?
That's right.
I don't know, that's a good question, lady. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, lady.
But from what I've seen, with these NILs, they sign these contracts. Most of these young guys have the parents have lawyers who's looked over the contract.
Right.
But most of the contracts that I've watched these guys sign, JT Daniels, from Georgia, Stetson Bennett, it's based off of their time in college.
Right.
3 years or 4 years. It just depends on who the sponsor is. But the only difference is like Ant was saying. Ant was saying it's tied to part of the school. It's not tied to part of the school, unless it's the school that sponsors his NIL. Because the fact is, the kids are actually signing the contract. They're not signing the contract with the school. They're individually signing the contract.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I don't understand how they were able to nix the deal unless it was already tied to a part of what the kid was already associated.
It might have been because the guy who the group is led by was a former Florida baseball player.
Oh yeah.
So if that's the case, it may have been tied to Florida in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like where the NFL could definitely be hurt by, you have a lot of kids that leave college early in order to go to the NFL.
To get past
if you have these NIL deals, and as they become more popular, because let's be real, they're probably going to start to become more popular. That's going to cut down on who enters the draft. Let's be real. I'm not saying that the NFL is going to be greatly hurt because so many people do enter the draft, but that is going to cut down on your quality athletes that are leaving their junior year, to enter into the drafts. That may cut down on those because the good athletes are going to get those NIL deals and they may stay there till their senior year.
Let's be
honest.
honest.
They're just going to be pushed back some. But when it first starts to really pick up, the NFL, they're going to see less quality as far as the draft is concerned than what they did before. They still gonna have people to pick from, but it's just not gonna be the same type of group.
Only reason I disagree with that is it's still a lot of these kids' dreams, no matter how much money that they have, to play in the NFL. And why would I pick to stay in school 2 more years to make money and go to class when I can go be a professional at what I want to do for the greater part of my primal physical years? I think a lot of that stuff will, it will have some effect. I mean, heck, yeah, Travis Hunter choose Jackson State, So when you start talking about money being spread out, NIL deals and versus going there, these kids are going to have to start weighing what's more important to them or what they want to do. These kids aren't smart by and large, and I don't mean like they're dumb kids. I mean, they're going to go by in the moment what they feel, what they think. That stuff is going to change. A lot of these kids, they're not going to be able to stick with this. They're going to want to go to the NFL. I'm sorry.
And that's the thing when it comes to NIL deals, they're going to realize that, and they may penalize them for breaking these contracts. And you may have to take a cut out of your first year in the NFL to pay some money back.
That's a good point.
So that's why I'm saying
I still say it's worth it for me.
You're gonna take a pay cut.
I think we underestimated some of these kids, right? And the reason I say that is because these kids are way smarter, than we would have thought. Who's to say that someone may have an NIL deal, play very well in college, and have, let's say, earn $10 million in college, right? And they take that 10 mil, out of that 10 mil, they take maybe 5 minutes and start themselves a business. Why do I need the NFL now? I'm a multi-millionaire. You know what I mean? And I have my own business. Yes, it may have been my dream, but now I can use my mind with a college education behind me.
Yeah. Instead
of using my body in the NFL. Because don't forget, man, you enter the NFL, and if you see some of the older players, they beat up. Mm-hmm. They beat up. Look, J.J. Watt is getting out right now, but how many surgeries has he had before he decided to, run off and go play?
J.J. Watt's also really a multi-millionaire.
I understand that. Tom Brady is a multi-millionaire, but he's still in the game.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like you saying, Pete. Yeah, say if they did have $10 million and they decided to start a business. Not every business is successful.
I was just gonna say that.
But
you're giving these kids too much credit now. You're giving them too much credit.
No, I'm not.
Adults fail at business.
Yeah, because the fact is, a lot of these kids start these clothing companies, and it's a very, very small percentage of them that are functional enough to bring in the money to even out what they're paying, say, rental for the building, lights, waters, employees.
You're 100% right.
At the same time, and they're still trying to pay, their mortgage or their rent or whatever. Depending on how they did their money. So that's almost a slippery slope, unless it's one of those businesses like Chick-fil-A. They get into Chick-fil-A. They build
I'm just saying.
I'm just giving you an example.
The same way y'all are saying, the percentage of people that may go start a successful business is the same percentage of people getting into the NFL. It's the 1%. You know what I mean? Sure. It's that 1%. There is a chance that could happen, though.
Right.
That's my point.
The percentage of you having a successful business versus you making it to the NFL and still making a whole lot of money, it is small. However, I'm gonna just put this out there for y'all. LeBron James is a billionaire. He is not a billionaire because of his NBA salary.
Right.
He's not. So I understand what Pick is saying. Having a college education, probably a free ride for college, and an extra however many millions on top of that could definitely do you some good. Now, with that said, you have to understand a lot of these kids, that's all they know is football. That's all they have known since they were about 4 or 5 years old. A lot of kids are that way. You've lived in this area. You know how it is not a game when it comes to football for these little kids. And that's their dream. So if that's your dream from the time you were 5 on up, you may still get your degree. You may still keep that money. You may still do 4 years of college and still go to the NFL to fulfill your dream. So I do see all parts of it. I just feel as though the only downfall I see from this for the NFL, that is, not for the student. This is actually big news for the students. But while this is going on, let's say we have an uptick next season, this upcoming season, of NIL deals. The NFL is definitely going to see a decrease in people entering into the draft because of these contracts. And real talk, as they get more popular, the money may come a little more than what it was before. The types of deals are going to change because they're going to already learn. These companies are going to learn that, okay, we may give them this money, but that don't mean they're going to stay. They're going to leave. They may make sure that there are going to be penalties in that. Once that starts going, which I'm still all for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm still all for these NIL deals. These kids should get paid. But once that starts going, they're going to do all that they can. These are cutthroat companies. Let's be real. They're going to do all they can to keep these kids in school all 4 years. So, I mean, that's all I see.
So this is my thing. When you look at let's look at the NFL and look at the quarterback salaries, for instance. Mm-hmm. There was a time where they were going to make $100 million coming out, no matter who they were. You drafted number one, you're making that money.
The first round, not even number one. The first round.
Yeah. Then they adjusted to that.
Right. And that was the players that did that. That was the players that did that.
Hold on. In business and in life, the early adopters are the ones who are going to typically win big or catch the biggest L's. The kids that are benefiting from this now, they're the ones who are going to win the biggest. They are going to level this out because giving out these NIL deals is a way to kind of help and level the playing field for certain college students, but it's not going to be the end all be all.
I got you. So, I feel what you're saying. Now let me play devil's advocate again. All right, and then we can move on to our next topic real fast. Say it. What's your quarterback's name that just completed his second? Stetson Bennett. All right. Yeah. Does Stetson Bennett have an NIL deal? Multiple NIL deals. How much is he making?
Well, I don't know total, but he has multiple. He sold the mailman to some company. For like $3 million. The nickname the mailman. The nickname he got is Stetson, the mailman Bennett. Yeah, he sold that.
Perfect. Last year. So listen. So Stetson Bennett has $3 million, right? People are thinking Stetson Bennett is going to be undrafted free agent or something like that. So Stetson Bennett has proven that he's not a quitter, he's a fighter. But Stetson Bennett has also been in the locker room with some very talented people, right? So Stetson has $3 million right now. What's to stop Stetson from going and grabbing a couple of lawyer friends that are at college with him that may have graduated in front of him and starting his own agency? He has an in with a ton of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, also, I don't know what his degree is.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you an idea of what can happen because Stetson Bennett's name.
I mean, you ain't
what he's done and what he's shown.
Did that Florida State. Ward, and then Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward. I think he is an agent. I think he is an agent. Yes,
he never played a down on NFL football.
He played basketball.
He went straight to basketball.
Right.
So I mean, it can happen.
Right.
But again, like we said, not everybody's getting a deal.
I'm just throwing it out.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, not everybody's getting a deal. JT Daniels, when he was at Georgia, got a deal. He gave everybody on the team some money. I think it was $1 million. They never said how much money he gave, but he gave everybody on the team, the players, money because not everybody's getting NIL money.
Right, that's true.
And in some instances, it's gonna kind of a wedge between certain people. It's gonna happen. It hasn't happened yet, but it can happen. Mm-hmm. So it's both ways with this NIL. Who's getting the money, how much money they're getting, percentage wise toward the rest of the team. Like I said. Right. So it all depends.
And a lot of these kids, they're gonna do that because they want to go to the NFL. They know this ain't they're gonna make, and they know they're still gonna make more money down the line. So I didn't get to hear the last bit of your Stetson Bennett scenario, but a kid like that, even though he might be 4th, 5th round, hopefully, but most likely maybe undrafted, he's still going to go through that process. Now, it's good if they're smart enough to hold on to that money, try to find something to put it in. But I was listening to
somebody gonna take a chance because he won 2 championships.
I was just listening to a guy the other day break down how taking even a couple $100,000 and putting it in the stock market doesn't equal success. So I just think a lot of this stuff, man. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna roll the dice and bet that if I can make it in the NFL, eventually I'm gonna make a little bit more money. So
I'm just saying, not everybody is a millionaire in the locker room.
Right.
For sure.
Not everybody's a millionaire in the locker room, but we're talking about these people getting millions, some of them in college right now, and $13 million for a person that hasn't touched the field doing anything.
I mean,
I feel him. You know what? I ain't gonna come down there.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Hey, I feel him. Hey, you know what? I ain't coming.
Yeah. Hey, fam,
I'm taking my talent somewhere else. I'm definitely taking my talent somewhere
else. Because it happened. It happened in December, right around the time, because the early enrollees can enroll in December. He was going to be an early enrollee, but then it started leaking out. He hasn't come yet. Then they said, well, he's coming. He just ain't signed his deal. Yeah. And then over the last week or so, you start hearing about a contract. He's supposed to have gotten, and then boom, there it is.
Did y'all hear? I'm sorry, Pitt. Go ahead.
No, go. Go ahead.
Have y'all got a chance to look at Deion's documentary yet?
No.
Him and Saban are having a conversation at a commercial, and they're talking about how a kid sits down with the coach and says, "All right, now let's talk about the business side." And they're saying like this: the problem with the NIL is that some of these kids are losing what it's about. And I get kind of what they're saying, but it's like, y'all, I mean, the NCAA has been raping kids for years of money and likeness. And so it's like, I don't think that's the right approach that a kid should take. But at the same time, it's completely starting to change the way that kids approach the game. It's not just about what I can do for you. It's what you can do for me. And I think it's fair on both sides. You see what I'm saying? So I like that approach kind of, even though I do think at the end of the day, it should be also being about you going to get an experience. So that was just interesting to me.
And that's why you see so many kids in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
It's about the money. Yeah. And I'm not getting the time.
I'm not getting passes. I'm not getting playing time. Let me go somewhere so I can shine. Maybe I can get something out of there.
And you can kind of put that to the experience as well. Like what Ant was saying, that is part of the experience is who you're playing for. So just like a few kids decided, Deion going to Colorado, or even when Deion went to Jackson State, that's part of the experience they wanted. So they transfer. They're following Deion to wherever he's going because that's the experience they want. So it ain't about necessarily always the money, but it's about the experience that you're about to have.
Oh, they about to get experience because their schedule is a monster. Their schedule's a monster.
First of all, you're not going 1-11-1 and think that it's just about to be all gravy, because clearly your team got some work to do, and clearly you in a conference that has destroyed you before. So I mean,
we about to get off on a whole nother thing because that ain't got nothing to do with Deion. Because 1-11-1 ain't got nothing to do with Deion.
No, it doesn't. But I'm saying that. No, I didn't say it does. I didn't say it does. It has nothing. Deion wasn't the coach, but I'm saying that is not a tough. I mean, that's a tough division, and Deion ain't never played them teams with Jackson State.
Right,
but they got film on them.
True, but
they got film on them. Yeah, they got film.
It's a whole lot. Coaching matters. We found that out in the first
round. Right. We gonna find out. His first game is against TCU.
Hey, and it's gonna be
TCU ain't gonna be the same team.
Y'all trying to go? Y'all trying to go?
What? Yes.
Y'all trying to go?
Yes.
TCU.
I want to hear. Deion come out.
That's here.
It's gonna be at TCU. Oh wait, y'all need to work on that and let me know. I'll fly out.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm serious.
For sure. I wouldn't mind going to the game.
Hey, we
I would love.
gonna hear
bro, and it'd be a
let's go.
electric down there.
But let me tell y'all something right now. I'm gonna
write
tell
that
y'all
down,
something right now. We are not sitting up in all the way up at the top. We're not doing
Who
that.
said that? Oh,
I'm
we
just
in that
letting y'all
thing.
know
We
now.
got
I
all the way
don't
till
do that.
September. We in that thing.
We trying to get field passes.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you, Greg.
I
Look, I was wondering
down for
what the
later.
pinky was.
The bougie.
I'm not. Yeah, he's trying to call me bougie, but I don't care.
Skybox. She's
I might
Skybox.
first of all, didn't we
Or
just
she-
finish talking about experiences? My experience does not need to be up in the sky to go watch somebody's game.
The stadium ain't that doggone big. To
It don't matter.
First
no,
off,
I'm talking about the binoculars.
When she get down here with that heat in TCU, she gonna be like, "Oh no, I need the air."
I'm used to Dallas heat.
Nah, at that time it's gonna be. At that time, it might be a little chilly still.
That's the fall. That's fine. I used to go for my birthday every year.
Yeah. Nah, you right. September. Nah, you're right. That's September.
It's
gonna
It's
gonna go right from hot. It's gonna be right from hot.
Man, we don't have no fall season. It's still 80 degrees. It's still 89 degrees.
I prefer that because when
it's fall right now.
Hold on. No, say it. When I used to come out there for my birthday is June 26th.
Oh,
you used to come out here to turn up.
Talk about.
Whatever.
I mean,
that was like 100 and something degrees. Okay.
You used to come down here to get a little heat in the heat, huh?
Hey,
no, and I was always on my best behavior.
Listen,
hey,
go ahead, Pig. We got you. Go ahead.
If three at Texas could talk,
whatever.
All right. So first, I want to thank everybody for keeping up with the NIL conversation in the chat. Now, there was some great comments in the chat. We got to a lot of them, but let's review one of them that I have to say real fast.
Because somebody.
No. Listen, I think Bruce Glass had a good one right here. Bruce Glass said, he said, if the players stay in college longer, they'll still make even more money in the NFL when they come out of college, which is actually true. But my whole point about this whole deal was, what if you have a Bryce Young that winds up saying, hey, I'm going to use my mind instead of going to use my body, which you're absolutely correct. They should make more money in the NFL, but does this take anybody's focus from wanting to go to the NFL to let me use my mind instead of my body now?
I definitely think it'll be 1% of the people that'll do that as well, because a lot of these kids are only in football because that's the only avenue that they know. So I definitely think you're going to get a mixture of everything, and I think that's dope. Imagine what some of us could have done with opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Metaphor said that's why it's the me generation. Me. What about me? No practice. No patience instead of graduations. Yeah, my bad. No patience instead of graduation. Hey,
instant gratification.
Instant gratification. My bad.
But you know what though?
But he's right though.
No. That's not true, because that's what they have done to these children since the inception. It's been about them. Let's take these kids, let them make a whole bunch of money, like Dion broke down. They go say they're gonna pay a team $2 million, but then you got to pay all these kids, you got to pay for travel, you end up losing money. This whole system is trash. So I don't blame the kids for having a mind to say, you know what? No, I need to get something off of that now, because my image and my likeness has made you a lot of money and will make you a lot of money. So I don't
make him a lot more
money. Hold on. We're not listening to Metaphor anyway, because he done already said he got his NIL deal from Trump University. So we're not listening to him.
Well, Trump's whatever you think about him as a person, business wise, he know what he's talking about.
Do you know what happened with Trump University?
Oh, you talking about the actual Trump University?
Yeah, that wasn't a good thing. That was
them casinos in Vegas say something entirely different.
Trump University was a whole entire.
Listen, hold on. Time to move on.
Well, I don't know. I don't follow.
Time to move on to our next topic.
Yes.
Yes. The Washington Commanders are searching for a offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, y'all need me for this.
Offensive coordinators have been. Oh wow. Offensive coordinators have been told that Sam Howell is the starting quarterback. He's QB1. Hold on. Wait. Say it. You're my stats and facts guy, right? Carson Wentz. We got Carson Wentz for $28 million this year, guaranteed. right? His contract is not guaranteed next year.
No.
The way that he played this year, would you keep him on the team?
No.
Okay, so that's one quarterback off the team. The next quarterback I want to talk about is Taylor Heinicke. Taylor Heinicke signed a 2-year deal last year. This is the final year of his contract. At the end of the regular season, he became a unrestricted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
How many quarterbacks does that leave on the team? One, which would be Sam Howell. So is he QB1 or the only QB?
Both.
My thoughts exactly.
I think he's QB1.
He's QB.
He's both.
He's all.
He's the only QB.
I mean,
you're the only QB on the roster.
But the only reason
QB1.
And the only reason I said it is because, let's be honest, no quarterback on that roster did what he did in that one game. Mm-hmm. Like, respectfully, he executed. He executed. Y'all see how I just did that?
Yeah, we saw your scene change.
That was a nice movement that you did right there.
But I mean, here's my thing. He's the only one left, yes, but they've already said they were going to go with him as QB1. So they're thinking about as far as the offensive coordinator, like I said Tuesday, if you missed Lady A's Avenue, they have been telling
plug.
Yes.
Y'all got Jake from State Farm on your roster.
Huh?
No, we don't.
You said we have what on our
What's
roster?
his name?
Jake from State Farm. We don't have Jake from
you know
State
what?
Farm.
I'm down.
Did they cut him?
State Farm.
Yes.
We did.
Okay, well, it's not updated on Sport Trade. It's saying it's on your roster.
That was in the preseason.
Yeah, they never updated it all season.
Yeah, Jake from State Farm is gone.
Sport Trade do update. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But so what they're telling the offensive coordinators that they're interviewing, or just conversing with, they're telling them that they need someone who can develop Sam, and also someone who can beef up or assist with their run game. So it's Sam. They're trying to build a program around Sam.
I ain't gonna lie. I think Byron's a good option.
I've been saying that.
I really do.
And
I'm saying when you brought that up, and I'm like, that's actually a really good option.
I said that in the middle of the game, and you popped in and out, but in the middle of the game, I said, "Oh, if Tampa Bay loses, they're going to get rid of Byron, and then that will give him an opportunity to possibly come home." There you go.
All right.
It's Jake from State Farm. Pick is Jake from State Farm. Hey, if he had been in college doing the NIL deal, man, he would have had a great one. Hey, it's me, Jake, from State Farm. Yeah, he would have had a great one. Listen, this is one of the things that upset me about this is one of the candidates for offensive coordinator who got an interview was the QB coach, Ken Zampese, right? Mm-hmm. Is it Ken Zampese or Ernie Zampese? Ken Zampese.
They had a couple QB coaches that they talked to.
Our QB coach, internal QB coach, right? He got an interview. So one of the things that bothered me about this whole thing was we saw that Turner Scott was not in touch with the game flow, right? However, they never took his play calling responsibilities away from him. Correct. What did we say happened in the Chargers game in that second half was the coach started calling plays. And he's a defensive minded coach that started calling plays, right? Why did we not take Scott's play calling responsibilities away from him, give them to the quarterback coach, but now we want to interview that quarterback coach for possibly becoming our OC? Yes, you, young lady with your hand up.
Because they were purposely trying to get rid of Scott Turner. You let him fall on his face, you fire him, and keep it moving.
Why do we have to do that, though?
You're right. It's
Like
stupid.
that guy was long. Just, I mean, could you have really, like, seriously? Could we really could have had the whole division in the playoffs?
I agree.
You allowed
made
this guy
history.
to
Made history.
You allowed this guy to run your offense into the ground for what? So you can fire him the day after the season? That's crazy to me.
Stupid. No, it was like 2 days. It was 2 days.
Same difference, ain't it?
I was waiting on that day, that first day. That's why I know.
I remember when I told you, it was like, I need proof.
Because I was waiting all day that Monday and they didn't fire him.
Right.
They probably want to have that last meal. They talk and deliberate.
Lady A was calling for a body in the street. She wanted them to act like terrorists. What was that? What was that movie? That movie where they hijack Air Force One.
I thought you were talking about Sicario.
They shoot the dude and throw the body in the street, and then they take the plane take off. Oh,
I'm trying to tell you, I've been waiting all season for this. I was like, they got to be playing games with me. They got to have somebody lined up. The whole time they didn't.
Was
play calling an issue last year?
It's always been. Scott Turner sucked from day one, like real talk.
So like some of the other candidates, it seems to me like all of the candidates that have been interviewed so far or have declined to interview have had some sort of tie to Ron Rivera. There was he said Harrison Ford. Yes, off of So that's off of Air Force One. They have had some sort of tie to Ron Rivera, and then you're starting to get to people who have been removed from Ron Rivera now that are being interviewed. But as of right now, there are 10 offensive coordinator positions available in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
I don't know all 10, but you guys stop me when you hear a better opportunity to be an offensive coordinator. You have the Washington Commanders. You have the New York Jets, who have a quarterback problem just as us, just like we do. They don't have a quarterback. Only quarterback they have on their roster right now is Mike White. That's under contract.
We can fix that real quick, though.
Yeah, they can, because they are drafting pretty high as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're drafting high.
You have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who don't have a quarterback.
Stop right there. That's a better situation than the Commanders.
They seem like they getting old quick, though.
They are
not just because of Tom. I'm talking about offense and defense. They not. I mean, Mike Evans already been in the league like 10 years or something.
Nah, I don't think he's been 10 years, but
it's like 8. It's like 8.
It's pretty close to double digits.
They're cracking up. I'm glad he on mute.
I thought, hey, hold on. But see, y'all keep going.
No, I'm telling you, the Jets. If the Jets have a quarterback, they have a lot of money. That's a great situation.
They have a ton of money, and they have a young, talented roster.
That's the case. That's a good opportunity for an offensive coordinator if they have a ton of money, because you can get a good deal, you get a good paycheck, and then also they can go ahead and get you who you need,
the quarterback you need.
So when you have
it's not on mute, so he's ready to get in there too.
And look, if they're drafting high, the rookie contracts ain't even all that high. So if they got a lot of money, that could be a good opportunity, not because of what is there for you to go to, but what they could build.
Okay, so how about this next one that I'm gonna hit up? The Los Angeles Chargers.
Whatever.
You got Justin Herbert. You got Mike Williams. I mean, you got Eckler. Right?
Where's Justin on his contract?
But why did we stay here?
Brandon Staley's going to be on the hot seat. I mean, after the last 2 years.
Where's Justin on his contract?
Justin probably still has 2 more years on his contract. Yeah, 2 more years with this Fisher. That includes his 5th-year option, which they will pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Can we go to the next one?
I don't. Better than the Commanders, honestly.
The Chargers ain't.
He's asking the Chargers have been looking than the Commanders, but I'm saying, as far as the opportunity.
I don't think the Chargers are a better opportunity.
Here's my thing. The reason why I'm looking down on someone coming to the Commanders, the only reason is because with new ownership, nobody's job is going to be safe.
How about this one though? How about that as an offensive coordinator, but like I'm telling you guys, like I said for a while, once you sign a deal as a coach, your deal is guaranteed, even if the rest of the staff gets fired, right?
Right.
You'll have you know how Ron works. Scott, Jack Del Rio, you take care of the defense. Offense coordinator, you take care of the offense. So you will get that experience if you're maybe you are a QB coach or a running back coach or whatever, and you have that autonomy to run the offense the way that you see fit, right? Everything about that, because he's a CEO type head coach, right? You know he's not gonna be sitting over in the corner listening to your meetings and things like that. Plus, you get play calling responsibility.
Ron before you.
But if you are, let's say, a Byron Leftwitch, just use him as an example. You're a Byron Leftwitch. You've called plays. You come in. You get to put your stamp on things. What if the new owner says, everybody's gone but you? You're my new interim head coach. Ron is gone.
I was already
you
thinking
are
that.
my interim
I was
head
already thinking
coach.
that. When she said that, I said he also could be in line like a Jason Garrett type deal where you pay him good, and as soon as Ron is gone, he steps right in and puts his infrastructure in place.
But
that's why I think that
the only concern I had, that's a gamble. So it's just who is up for the gamble. If you have your name, yes. But at the end of the day, let's say you go to the Commanders. You play, you're a coach for 1 year. Okay. The owner gets rid of you. Y'all had a terrible year. That brings your stock down.
Right.
Hey, but just like Metaphor's putting in here, if you sign a 4-year deal, you still get to keep that money even if you get fired. So my stock may be down, but my bank account is still going up.
No, it's only going to go up for 4 years.
And what about Commanders?
But sometimes
it doesn't matter.
No. It doesn't matter. But the point being, you may get canned. Yes, that's the chance that we all take. Everybody knows that these coaches live to get fired, right? Once you're fired, you may sit out for a year, or you may take a step back and go OC in college or head coach in college. You may not be in the NFL. You may have to work your way back up. It happens.
That ain't everywhere either, though. Some of these guys just don't have jobs.
It's a gamble.
It's like, seriously. It's some of these guys really don't have jobs now. Right. Byron, like a guy like Byron, yes, you can see him being able to go do something like that.
Right, because he has
some of these guys. You don't know these guys; they fall off the map. Mm-hmm. You know, so I wouldn't be thinking with that mindset. Obviously, but who doesn't want to get paid and make sure that their family and everything is still secured, regardless of the result of if I stay on this team, if they get new ownership. So I get that.
But so you have to be forward thinking, because at the end of the day, if you get fired after 1 year and you have a 4-year deal, you're good for 4 years. What happens after that?
Well, here's if you, just like Metaphor is saying here, if you are confident that you can run an offense, you can call an offensive game, and you can be in attack mode to dictate the defenses, right? Like say Kevin O'Connell from Minnesota.
You don't think Scott was confident?
Hell no.
No, Scott was confident. He shouldn't have been, but he was.
I'm just saying that confidence piece don't really mean much. You still got to execute.
And wait, you have to be a great communicator.
This is Washington, okay? Let's be real. When that Cook died, we did not know we were going to get the owner that we had.
Facts.
So you don't know what's about to happen. That's the uncertainty of it all is what I'm talking about. That's all. I'm not saying that I would love for Byron to come here, but let's be real. Or whatever.
Metaphor says you got to get fired for first string and can step up to as the OC. Okay, listen, and I need you back real fast. I need say it back real fast.
I ain't going nowhere.
Listen, I need y'all to get ready to mute Lady A and kick her backstage because she's gonna have a fit. Okay. So I'm gonna talk to y'all. Lady A, just plug your ears right now.
Oh, I ain't about to.
I got a source that said that they were waiting for Byron Leftwitch to be canned. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take that 95 route right to Pittsburgh.
Boo. Say it. That ain't your team. Don't go like this.
Hey, you get Jordan Pickens out there. I like
Now,
James.
I had a source.
Yes, you do.
And I told y'all that this man was going to get fired from Tampa Bay. And everybody was like, no, no, no. Especially in our chat. No, no, no. It's not his fault. He got fired.
Why metaphor try to get you? What's
wrong with him? A hater. He just mad because he's
she can step right in as the OC. He's trying to make her an OC. She's going
that's a trick. That's a trick right there. That's a slimy slide in. Like, no, you're gonna do good over there. Metaphor, you think you're slick.
But Byron,
leave that alone.
Let's see where he lands up. Let's see where he winds up. I was told that someone in Pittsburgh really digs what he's done. I really appreciate him.
That is a even better play.
Okay, here's my thing. I understand that Mike, because that Mike would want him to come out there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Mike likes him as an OC. But
don't forget he played in Pittsburgh as well.
Let me tell you something. They're dangerous.
But and that probably would be amazing for Pittsburgh. But there's no place like home.
Listen, he can get back to that Ben Roethlisberger offense, where Pittsburgh is a run-first team.
No.
What?
Ben Roethlisberger?
No, listen. Ben Roethlisberger.
He's not a Roethlisberger type quarterback.
But they had the killer bees, is what I'm talking about. When they had Ben, Bell.
I just heard
the crazy.
Well, they don't have a Bell.
Brown.
They don't have a Bell yet.
I
feel you.
Najee Harris.
No, he's not. He's not a Bell. Let's be real here.
Najee Harris.
There's a lot of time where they didn't run the ball in pockets. They couldn't do that because he either wasn't healthy or he wasn't really toting the rock like that. So I don't know. But the thing is, but you got to think, Ben was thriving long before Antonio. You know what I'm saying? Like when they had Holmes and what was the other guy? Hines and all those guys. It just was, but I feel you on that, but I'm like, he's just a different type of quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
But that kid, in my opinion, he's never had a losing season. He's Mike Tomlin never had a losing season. A strong organization, which they've only had 3 coaches in the whole iteration of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I thought it was only 2.
3. Mike Tomlin's the 3rd coach that they've ever had.
Right. Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin, whoever.
I'm going to be real with you. If I were in Byron's shoes, that would be tempting to go and coach under Mike Tomlin Epps.
You struggle getting it out of there right there.
But y'all know, I've been talking about Mike the whole season. I do think that he's a great coach. I just want, for selfish reasons, I want Byron to come to.
I guess I'm just like, Tampa don't know what they got going. You saying you for sure want Tom Brady back, the 45-year-old dude, and you want to get rid of the guy who helped make him be successful? I mean, like, what are y'all going through over there?
Well, they saying that was less.
People do that for Tom Brady for some reason.
They're coming back saying that it was more Bruce Arians and Tom Brady collaborating than it was.
Bruce Arians calling the plays.
Byron Leftwitch.
That was the white guy.
Bruce Arians calling the plays. Byron Leftwich was calling plays in as well.
That's just so.
The problem with him coming back is the offensive line is a year older. Ain't no telling which one's gonna retire.
And who hurt?
Godwin's still not 100%. Julio not 100%.
Mike don't want Tom
Evans sometimes even like Mike Evans is interested in playing.
Because of Tom Brady.
It just looked like
he averaged 1,000 yards every season that he played before Tom Brady got there, and all of a sudden that changed. You could tell. You can look at it and be like, He like when he scored those touchdowns, you could tell it was almost like, man, I could have been doing this. Like, come on, like, yeah. If I'm Mike, he needs to go. I need to go.
They're tripping, and y'all talking, but the Giselle effect was real. Tom wasn't good this season.
Yeah,
and his head wasn't in the game like it was in the past anyway. So
I mean, like my man on the low key is facing some serious time, like a lot of these other places. With this
that ain't Byron's fault.
No, that is not.
That's what I'm saying.
But they had to protect the assets, meaning making sure they protect the money with the kids.
No, they already arrested that dude.
I mean, Bowles ain't soft.
Hey.
Bowles is a great defensive coach, and I think that's just the difference.
They
listen to Tom Brady. That was the problem.
We got another Twitch follower here. What's
going on? Legit wise. Yeah, I mean, they listen to Tom Brady. Tom Brady, whatever y'all want to say, you can't get me to believe it. Him and Bruce Arians did not get along with each other. You can't get me to believe anything else.
Hold on,
Tom be cussing people out.
Hey, we got to get a word in from our sponsors. Now we'd like to take the time and send a shout out to our sponsors, BetRivers. Make sure you download that BetRivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. Like I said, you must be 21 years or older to play. And if you play like me, you know I love to play straight bets. NBA, NFL, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get you with the straight bets. And what's up, man?
Now, like this guy just said, he wants to be straight leg Sam, but I'm better known as Parlay Pete. So I go 2, 3, or 4 leg parlays as long as it ain't the stanky leg. Sid, what you got?
Okay, shout out BetRivers because how we do it. I got future bets. Future bets, what do mean? Next year, who you got? Georgia going for a 3-peat. Want to put your money down on Georgia now? Get those good odds now. Want to Heisman? Hey, put your money down on Carson Beck. You never know. It could be next Heisman. Same thing with NFL. You get another team, put on that team. NBA, same thing. Future bets is what I do. I like to put my money out there early, let it sit, let it marinate, because you never know what's going to come back in the end. Lady A, what you got?
Well, I like the over-under. I also like those player props. So whoever your favorite QB is, that running back, bet on them.
Bet on them. And that's what we got. Holler at our guys at BetRivers.
BetRivers.
I got a nasty attitude, y'all.
Why? Because I just told you the bad news about Byron Leftwitch?
No, I feel like in the commercial.
No, you did. You did great in the commercial, man. Stop it. You did great. Hey, Bruce said, he said I like to play parlays. Parlay, Pete, tripwire.
Well, we know, Bruce. Tripwire Ted. That's terrible.
Tripwire Ted. Hey, man, he's you ever watched the
Bruce plays the over under and the parlay.
79 record. Yeah.
What were we saying before that?
Hey, Lady A.
I know Bruce likes the parlays and the over under.
Oh
yeah.
So Todd Bowles is not soft. Todd Bowles is a great defensive coach, but but Tom Brady wanted Bruce Arians somewhere else. He wanted Todd Bowles to step in, and then they got the result of what they got. You got to stop trying to give him too much power. That's why he needs somebody on his neck, because it brings the best out of him. Besides, you're almost 50, bro. At some point, you just ain't gonna be able to execute the way you want.
He said, "You put all them ages on that man. He 45,
almost 50.
Hey, he almost 100.
45, close to 50. Ain't it? Look, you gonna round up on 45.
Hey, you saw that? You saw that LeBron commercial where he playing basketball versus Father Time?
Oh, I saw it. I remember that.
Yeah. Hey, Ron O'Neal in the building. What up, Ron? He said he liked the commercial. He likes it.
Yeah, we might be up for an Emmy with that one.
Legit wise. That was Ron's first year with a 7-9 record. But it's gonna be a very hot seat.
That's still a losing record, though.
He's the one that should feel like he's sitting. Hey, Ron is the one that should feel like he's sitting on a pot of gumbo, because your record ain't been much. Brother, you are very average, below average as a coach. In these 3-4 years, like that is not good enough.
3 years. Mm-hmm.
So,
and they all been losing.
Okay, y'all know what time it is, right? No, I'm not, man. Listen, stop it. Stop it. Hey, let's get ready for these divisional rounds, after which we will have 5 minutes with Ant Mo. All right.
Let's do it, guys. Let's make some picks.
He's been waiting for this all day.
Oh my
Make some picks.
All day. So
why is he rocking like this?
Hey,
I'm scooting up in the chair.
Hey, you should be rocking at the last week.
Say it. You want to give a review of last week? Or
I only picked 4 games.
You picked 4. You was 1-3.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right. I'll be all right. Team still in the playoffs though.
That is true.
Okay.
The games last week, I didn't make a slide. I didn't make a slide for last week because it's too simple. Everybody was 2-2, and it was 1-3.
Oh, so y'all 1 game better? Okay, cool.
That was a review. That was a review.
Of 1 game week. Better.
Yes. Calm down. He's
doing
a lot. Sid's laying it on a little thick here. He's mayonnaise on top of it.
Hold on, wait.
I'm like,
legit wise, we gotta get you ready for these playoff games. But I'm gonna come back to that. So I'm not ignoring your question here, but we're gonna come back to this right here. All right. So pin mark that for us, said that we'll come back to that, okay? All right, let's get into these games. So here are the rules. We have 4 games. Everyone's going to play 4 games, right? They can play them any kind of way they want, right? You cannot plead the fifth this time. You cannot sit it out. You got to play. Nope.
We should be able to
get because we got 4 games.
We should be able to get 1/5 to plead.
One game. So
we playing 4 games. We picking 4 games. That's simple as that. Ain't no plead.
All right, 4 games.
It's 4 games.
4 games. No, not you can't sit out. What are you doing, bro? That is weird. You just pulled out a measuring stick from nowhere. Like that is weird.
I don't want to ask any questions because that is weird.
That was weird. Hey,
I don't want to know.
Metaphor. Nope. Get at him.
Oh man!
You may say turn his camera off.
You have full permission to get at him right now for the next 2 minutes. Metaphor.
I don't think I want to know what that was about.
Sid has lost it.
Right.
What are you doing?
I'm talking about what just happened.
Let's go. Nothing, man. Hey.
Right?
I'm ready for the first pick. Let's go.
Let's see. Oh, what? Man.
What? Metaphor.
No, that was actually 8.5, but that's another story. Let's go.
Everybody go to the corner. Everybody go to the corner.
I told Metaphor, get at him.
Everybody in the corner.
All
right. Let's keep this going.
Go. Say's giving me the signal, man. Let's get into these games. Okay? Pick up the pace and get their pick before we get kicked off of YouTube.
Man.
Our first game, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, okay. I haven't seen anything. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Have you seen anything about Patrick Mahomes being sick?
No.
I haven't heard anything.
So I had someone send me something earlier today that Patrick Mahomes had COVID, and I started checking the lines. The lines didn't move. So I'm going to take it on good authority that was a false story. I never heard anything about that. So let's talk about this. Jacksonville might actually be the hottest team in the NFL right now. Not really record-wise, but what I mean is that team that you do not want to play. Think about what they did. Think about what they did last week and coming back from 27 down. Fun fact for you guys. I went on the YouTube. You know, YouTube has this awesome thing of how to, right? I put in how to blow a 27-point lead. Jacksonville came up. Right. That is really how to blow a 27-point lead. The Jacksonville game came up. The Jacksonville Chargers game came up. Yeah. It was amazing. All right. So, Kansas City has had a bye. They had time to get healthy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire should be back for them. If Travis Kelce was beat up or anybody else was beat up, they should be back. They had a week to rest. They probably did some soft work last week, but are they ready for the playoff intensity is the real question here. Did it do something to them? Because we all know that one of these number one seeds will fall this weekend. All right. Can Trevor Lawrence stay away from the 4 INTs that he made last week? These are the questions that we have to answer here. Let's go at this line. We got Jacksonville right now. Here's the line. Jacksonville is +9 at -112. So this line has changed. Their money line is +360. Say it, +360. Kansas City's -9 at -109. Their money line is -480. We're playing it at -480. The over-under set at 52.5. -110 both ways. 110 both ways. Now we can play these games any kind of way that we want. All right. And you're up, sir.
What's going on? So let me be clear here. The only reason I was 1-3 is because I picked the spread on Buffalo. Okay. Otherwise, if I'd have picked the money line, we obviously please look at it, double check it. I picked the spread.
You know stats and facts is on it.
Oh, I ain't worried about it. Stats and facts be on it all he wants to.
I believe it.
That's what happened.
I believe it.
That's what happened. But anyway, I read something today that also, Trevor said that he's not worried about the noise. He doubted it's any louder than the stuff he's been in before. So, I think that sounds cool, buddy. But your team is about to get trounced. So, with that being said, I'm gonna be held by my own convictions again. I'm gonna take KC -9, and hopefully they will actually do it this time. So Sid won't get to do all his little smearing that he be doing.
You did pick the Chargers, so that's on you. But go ahead.
That's on me.
All right.
Well, they gave up a freaking 27. All right.
Hey. Lost player.
Pick what you go.
You remember that. You remember that, Sid. You remember that.
I haven't gone yet. I was going to say ladies first.
Well, I thought it was going in order. That's why I said that.
I mean, you and Sid are all 2 and 2.
Oh, so we just doing it right now.
Yeah, now.
Yeah,
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming out. I knew this.
Yeah, this is just playoffs.
I knew this was coming. I knew that was going to show up.
So Sid, Lady A, pick. You actually supposed to go first. Then.
Oh, I'm supposed to go first. Okay,
unless one of you holding this belt, you going before me.
Playoffs don't matter. That's regular season. That's a regular season award. That's a regular season award. Why I say pick on it?
Picks leader. You gotta see the whole thing.
Look, show them the whole thing. Put it down. Put it up.
It's you read the burgundy, then you read the black.
Okay.
First string
podcast. That thing clean.
That thing is nice.
But, yeah, that thing clean.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
It don't make me a difference.
I'm gonna need one of them.
I better go ahead, lady. My bad.
I was gonna say it's said. If
toothpick can go. Toothpick will go. Pick will go. Pick will take this one. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. This one had me perplexed, I should say, and I really want to roll with KC because I sort of have another game that I want to see after this. But there's something in me that says one of these number one seeds will lose this week, and I'm hoping that I'm on the correct side of this so y'all can see where I'm going to go a little later. Give me Jacksonville plus the 360. I like Jacksonville's defense, and I'm a little skeptical of Kansas City's defense. I like the weapons that Jacksonville has. Plus, I keep telling y'all, Travis Etienne is a baller. Mm-hmm. That guy is a gamer, and I think that he'll do something special versus Kansas City's defense. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 360.
He sure is. He's going to throw 4 more picks.
He probably will.
So I am not with that. I feel Kansas City will win. What scares me, though, is I've seen Kansas City win, but they still underperform, if that makes sense. So when it comes to the over-under, 52.5, I've seen them win with like 10 points before, So I'm staying away from that part.
The over-under. You're not going with the over-under?
I'm going to take them with the spread, Kansas City.
What?
my man Ron saying I'm sick.
It was a spread.
He said I'm sick. He said
I'm sorry, lady. What was your pick?
She took the spread.
Spread minus
With
9.
Minus 9. Okay.
Because I hope they cover the spread at the least, but I know they're going to win. That's about it. Pick.
Yeah.
That one right under you. We need to be in
put him in timeout. Put him in timeout.
I think you know what? Give me the over in this game. I think they're gonna ring the bell. I think 52.5 is not enough. I think they're gonna ring the bell. Give me the over.
Okay.
I like that pick, say. I like that because one of these number 1 seeds will go down. Everybody in the chat was yelling the Eagles are going to lose because this is the third time that they play the Giants. Let's go back at some of these comments before we move on to our next game.
Don't forget you got to answer legit Wise's question.
I got you. We're gonna hit that afterwards. We got Bruce Glass saying Chiefs in the over. Ron O'Neill, my guy, is saying KC 8.5 easy. I like that. And then they're getting at me saying not hottest, you mean luckiest.
Ran into an idiotic coach.
Yeah, they did. That was dumb. They won't come back from 57 against the Chiefs or from 27. I said 57 versus the Chiefs. And how do you run out the clock when you're losing? Dak come up. KC spread is what Metaphor says. I think the Chiefs will take this one. I think the Chiefs will take this one, but the Jags surprised me. Their offense is pretty good. Maybe a shot out there. Eagles lose. Shootout. Maybe a shootout. My bad. Maybe a shootout. And then, like I said, Ron O'Neill said I had COVID because I picked the Jags. All right.
Metaphor got a good point. Is this the movie Trading Places? Said picked the over, and I picked the high spread.
Boy, you talk about just trying to squeak through, boy.
It's the playoffs. It don't matter no more.
Let me tell y'all before.
Hey, hold that belt proud, Sid.
That actually ain't true because you make it to the playoffs to actually fight for the chance to win the belt. You know what I'm saying?
I would normally pick money line. That's what I would
hold that belt proudly, Sid. Hold it proudly, man. You earned that thing this year. You earned it. Next year it's coming home, though. It's coming home. It's coming home. I forgot to say, all of our lines are brought to you by BetRivers. Make sure you download the BetRivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. You know you must be 21 years or older to play. All right. Our next game is a three-peat, if you will. These two teams have played twice this year. The Eagles mollywopped the Giants in their first meeting, and the Giants, of course, did not play anyone in their second meeting. And the Philadelphia Eagles won it, which actually clinched the number 1 seed for them and a bye. Jalen Hurts had time to rest. He should be close to 100% now. His throwing shoulder was injured prior to this game, and he came back. This was the game that he actually came back in. The Giants are led by that defensive line, which has been mollywopping people as of lately, right? They had a chance to rest. And what's your boy's name? Leonard Williams. That's there from the Jets. Somebody needed a change of scenery, a better team, a better structure. And oh my God, did a change of scenery help him? Plus, he gets to play with Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau. So their front four is amazing. They got Jalen Smith in that middle of that defense. He still has that burst of speed. Their secondary, however, is the suspect area for the New York Giants. We all know that the Philadelphia Eagles have weapons all over the field when it comes to their offense. They have Smith. They have Brown. Don't forget their running back. And they have a nice tight end. Not to mention they have probably the best running quarterback in the game right now. They also have a defense that is fierce on all 3 levels. Their secondary happens to be the strength of their offense. Daniel Jones, do you guys know that Daniel Jones went 8 games before his first turnover this year, which is why the Giants were actually winning Now, the question is, can Philly get Daniel Jones to turn the ball over and take advantage of those turnovers, or will the Philadelphia Eagles be the ones to make the mistakes here? I just told you one of these number one seeds is going to lose this week. Everybody's telling me it's going to be Philly. I haven't checked anything yet. And who you got?
Did you read the line?
Oh, let me give you the line. The line is actually at plus 7.5 for the New York Giants at minus 108, plus 7.5 at minus 108. Their money line has gone down as plus 275. The Philadelphia Eagles is minus 7.5 at minus 113. Their money line has gone down as well. It is minus 360 here. Say it is minus 360. The over under stayed the same at 48. At 48, 110 both ways. That's actually still the same. And who you got?
I think a lot of this line changing has to do with the unknown health of Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I don't think he needs to be that healthy to win this game. I've said it all year. This is one of the best coach teams in the NFL, considering the talent disparity, or however you say that word. I believe that Philly wins this game, so I would pick them on the money line. I think they forget how good the Eagles really were this year. Now, I don't know. I don't know, man. Y'all got me kind of tripping a little bit. I'm like, y'all really think the Giants are going to go in here and take this? Give me Eagles on the money line, man. I think they find a way to win this game.
Eagles on the money line. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to play here. I think the Philadelphia Eagles, just like Said, has been riding the Philadelphia Eagles all year. And I was on the Giants early telling you guys I was cleaning up with my bets on the Giants. I was, and I kept trying to tell my guy, Ron, take the Giants. Ron, take the Giants. And he wasn't listening. But he's actually got my pick in there right now. I like the over on the 48 for this game. I think that this game right here is a 1st to 20 game. This is a 1st to 20 game. This is a divisional game. These guys have all the tape in the world on each other, but this is a 1st to 20 game. But both teams will be above 18 points. So it's a 1st to 20 game, and we're going to get close, and maybe somebody kicks a field goal or something like that. Give me the over 48, Said. I like the over 48.
Gotcha.
This game, because it's a division game, I honestly can't say who's definitely going to win. I can't even tell you how close the game is going to be. I do not like betting on NFC East games. Historically, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
But I will say it is the playoffs. And Eagles got that first seed. The Giants, they don't really care that they got the first seed. They're going to come in and say, we really don't care what seed you got. We know who you are. And because of that, I feel like they're going to be disrespectful towards each other. I'm going to go ahead and take the over. This is a division game. I agree with you, Pick. It's going to be a problem. We're going to see high scoring. So I'm going with the over.
Over the 48. Over the 48.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I think with the Giants resting their people to get prepared for that game, they did a good job. But it allowed Philly an extra week to rest, preferably the quarterback to rest that shoulder up to get ready for this game right here. I think David will have them ready to play. The Giants are there. He'll have the Giants ready to play. But I think Philly's going to be a little bit too much because they'll give him a chance to heal up. Give me Philly on the money line as well.
Philly on the money line as well. Metaphor, I see what you're doing, but that doesn't add up to 48.
He said under.
That's an under. Yeah,
he said under.
He said under. He said
23-19.
Under. But are you saying 23-19 because of the reference 23-19, or you're just that's really the score? Because
no, I mean he likes the under. That's the under. But
No, that's like
I said it's a first to 20 game. The reason I said it's a first to 20 game is once that team has 20, I think they take control from there. Like the other team, I don't think that comeback is going to be in them. I don't.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to our next game. I'll pick the score. Okay, he picked the score.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I was asking if he was being funny. That's
all right.
Another reference.
So this game here was one that we all anticipated on a Monday night, and that game was interrupted by something bigger than football. This game will be played in. Where's this game being played? That's it.
In Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
Orchard Park.
Orchard Park. Okay. I think that a certain someone will show up this time. Everyone was anticipating him showing up last week. I think that he'll show up this week here when they play Cincinnati, when the Buffalo Bills take on the Cincinnati Bengals at home. The other game in Cincinnati was halted. We all know why. Damar Hamlin, that young man is the person I'm referring to showing up. He spoke to Buffalo, and they played flat last week, right? He's home. He's getting better. He's recovering at home. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is that guy. He is him. But him don't have an offensive line in front of him. His offensive line is beat up. That worries me for the protection of Joe. I think that they're going to go quick game. They're going to have to tire out Buffalo's defensive line. And Oliver, one of our guys, that is up there, Lady A from the Commanders. They're going to have to tire those guys out. But Buffalo secondary can be thrown on. They're a really good secondary. Cincinnati's defense is playing better, but was it the thick six that actually have them in this position? Were they lucky, or do they really deserve to be there? Cincinnati has all the weapons in the world on offense, but you cannot build a house starting at the roof. You have to have a solid foundation, which would be your offensive line, which is the part that scares me. But they say a good quarterback makes up for deficiencies on your team. Let me give you this line right here. You got the Cincinnati Bengals at plus 5.5 right now. It's plus 5.5, said at minus 110. Their money line is plus 200. The Buffalo Bills are minus 5.5 at minus 110 as well. Their money line is minus 250 here. Minus 250. You have to spend $250 to win 100, just so everyone's clear. All right. The over-under is set at 49, so that's gone up by a point. 110 both ways on this one, said 110 both ways. All right. And who you got?
You just used a lot of words on there. I don't think it matters much. I mean, I get, early in the year, Cincinnati lost some, well, they already weren't great on the offensive line. They lost some guys, but they're a juggernaut on offense, man. They really are. Both of these teams didn't play too great last week, but I do believe that Cincinnati is very, very, very capable of giving the Bills everything they can handle, just in time for another showdown with the team that they beat every time that they lined up with them. Give me the Bengals on the money line. I believe that they can go into Orchard Park and knock off the Buffalo Bills.
All right, I got you. Say it. You wrote down our Super Bowl picks, right?
I believe I did.
Say it, stats your facts.
Let me go back here and get a little gander. Yes, it did.
Yes, he did. Say it. Who is my AFC representative, sir?
Let's see. Let me decipher this right quick.
He writes in code.
He writes in Morse code for sure.
I do sometimes. You said your AFC?
My AFC representative was.
You picked the Bengals.
Give me them Bengals to go to Orchard Park and disappoint Bills Mafia. So when you jump off the table, make sure you have a helmet on. We don't need you having no concussions and not remembering what happened to you. Drink up, have all the wings you want, because the party's over. One of my lines from my favorite movie, Bill and Ted's. I'm not Bill and Ted's. It's
How'd you mess up your own movie?
Man.
Because I got two favorite movies, bro.
How you want it?
I got two. Give me them Bengals money line, bro. That's two.
What did I pick? Who did I pick, Sid?
You picked the Bengals money line.
The
Bengals
money line.
You know what I'm talking about for a Super Bowl representative on the AFC.
Weird science. Party's over.
And why you got it? Let me know.
Why you do that paper like that? Give me the Bills on the money line.
You switched?
You changed your mind?
He said give him the Bills money line.
You want the Bills money line?
Nah, I'm not gonna change it.
Okay,
I'm not gonna change it. It's fine.
You sure? Later, you got the Chiefs and the Niners.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead because I picks little spiel, his little speech he gave me helped me choose my team.
Did it? Lady, I do a lot of work. I do a lot of work on
inspiration.
This. I'll be digging and digging.
It did give me inspiration. So with that said, I'm gonna go with the Canada Bills money line.
Canada Bills. You know what, Lady A? I do my work. That
was wonderful. And it made me choose the other team.
Hey, but I have to lay it out there. I gotta be fair. I gotta give you the information so you be informed with your picks.
Right.
And let me ask you this: what part of what I gave you made you go to the Bills?
The whole thing.
The whole thing. All those references and stuff. I was like, I'm going with the Bills.
Tell the truth. You went to sleep in the middle. You woke up. You said, "Bump it, Bills."
No, that's not real. That's not real. I'm gonna tell you.
I heard his spiel. I really did. I'm gonna tell you what I mean. Awful references, and I was like,
Bills.
What? And I was like, Bills.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was me referring to Buffalo's defensive line and Cincinnati's lack of an offensive line.
You know why that's not valid? Because that defensive line hasn't looked the same since Von Miller got hurt.
It has not. But don't forget, Ed Oliver is still better than a second string offensive lineman.
I don't even like the Bills. I don't like the Bengals either, but I really don't like
it's
the
time
Bills.
for you to take a timeout. Say it. Who you
got? I as well. I think the Bengals making it to the Super Bowl last year, they're gonna miss a window this year. I think Buffalo stands up, and it's a rematch of a classic between Buffalo and Kansas City for the AFC Championship. Give me Buffalo money line.
All right, you part of that mafia said. I already know. I seen. Somebody didn't have a pinky earlier. I already know.
But I like that though.
Of course you do. You
Buffalo and the Chiefs man, that'll be good.
Hey, they got to play in Atlanta.
They
gotta play in the dome. Ain't gonna be no advantage for nobody. They're gonna be inside the dome.
Yeah,
even if Cincinnati winds up going, they still go to the dome anyway, right?
No, Cincinnati. That's an outdoor stadium.
No, but Cincinnati beats Buffalo.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. The Bills' secondary is a liability against offensive teams that got a lot of firepower, man, and they go to that prevent defense, and it costs them every time. So you're gonna have to hope that Allen is not gonna make a dumb mistake, because the moments get a little big for him. They get a little big for him.
Does he trust that thunderbolt of an arm that he has to fit into small windows?
He's gonna run. That's what he does. I looked this up earlier in the season, in preseason.
Let me say this: before Hamlin got hurt, I was thinking the other way.
Cincinnati was giving them everything they wanted.
With that said, I really feel like this game is different.
Oh, it's going to be different because it's going to get completed.
Yeah, I think this game is
going to be different because they not calling the dogs off this time. And
They
Cincinnati
didn't call it off any before. The game was cut off.
Cincinnati was about to hand them dudes everything.
They didn't even call the dogs off.
Cincinnati was about to get them dudes everything that they wanted and then some. You know,
he had a Kevin Samuels moment.
Man, you know.
I'm all the way out.
All right, you're right. Let's move on to the next game.
All the way out.
Well, it's a good thing that Ant left because Ant will be at a basketball game instead of watching a football game.
That's a lie.
Sunday.
You're going to the game, right?
Shows you what kind of Cowboys fan he is. All right.
I will be here. I'll probably have a few drinks, you know.
We will be live streaming this game as well as the Philadelphia Eagles Giants game.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, Linda.
Linda. Hi, Linda.
Long time no see.
Yeah. Welcome back. Oh, hold on, wait. All right. You guys. All right. We have the Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott having an impressive game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, taking on the San Francisco 49ers, who needed a strip sack to take control of a game versus a division opponent in the Seattle Seahawks. Once that turnover happened, the 49ers went on a major run. The Seahawks could not bounce back from it. Dallas's defense actually played pretty well, holding the Tampa Bay Buccaneers scoreless for 3 quarters. One guy that disrupted Tom Brady the most was Micah Parsons. Played 70-plus snaps in that game. He gave that team everything they wanted and then some. Micah needs to be put into a hyperbaric chamber and not released until game time. That's how much recovery he needs.
What?
CeeDee Lamb needs to borrow somebody's gloves. But thank you for hitting that anytime touchdown for me because they started off targeting him. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 drops. Someone else needs to step up for Dak Prescott as far as his wide receivers go because they're facing a very good secondary in the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
Tony Pollard, Zeke, one of them both will need to bring the running game with them because this defense is legit and they need to take pressure off of Dak Prescott. Let's go to the other side of the ball. Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, has made himself very relevant as of lately. He wants to come out and play point guard. He doesn't want to take the spotlight. He just wants to distribute the ball to their playmakers, and boy, does he have a lot of them. Christian McCaffrey, Debo, Kittles, and Brandon Ayuk is the player that I'm saying is going to have the best game for the San Francisco 49ers as far as the offensive side of the ball goes. Purdy has to not make a mistake in this game because the Cowboys defense will make you pay. There's this one guy I suggest you not throw the ball at just because he's either feast or famine. That would be Trayvon Diggs. You don't want him to feast on you. I'm going to say it is. This is my monologue right now, sir. Will the ugliness of the kicking game continue for the Dallas Cowboys? We know how that thing went last week. America felt for their kicker, everyone but our guy Chase Hughes. He said he wanted him to continue to choke and miss every field goal. Let me give you guys the line. Here we go. We got the Dallas Cowboys +4 now. This is +4 at -113. The Cowboys money line is +163. The San Francisco's line is -4 at -108. Their money line is -200, so that stayed the same. Both money lines stayed the same. The over-under is now 46.5 at -112 for the over, -109 for the under. For the under. Now, listen. We're going to go to Ant last because this is his team and because he had to go potty. So
what? It's terrible.
He had to go potty. All right. Hey, Linda's going to the Chief game on Saturday, so I will go first here. Listen, I don't think that Purdy turns into a pumpkin. I think that Purdy just does exactly what I said. I think he comes out in his basketball uniform and he plays point guard and he distributes the ball to all of the weapons. They have the best left tackle in all of football. I think they run the ball directly at Micah Parsons. I think that their ground game is going to be awesome, and I think that they'll do just enough, and Brandon Ayuk will have the better receiving game of the wide receivers. Give me the San Francisco 49ers minus the 4. Minus the 4.
All right. Well, Dallas did do well last week against Tampa Bay. They did better than I expected, so I'll give them that. I definitely did not expect that. But gonna be honest with you, I don't think that they have this one in the same capacity. This is not Tampa Bay. This is the 49ers. Their defense is better. They're just a better team than Tampa Bay. So therefore, it's not going to be the same type of game. I'm going to go ahead and take San Francisco money line because I'm not really sure about the spread. I don't feel comfortable with the spread. As far as the over under, I mean they're in Cali. I would assume it would be the over, but I'll just go ahead and take 49ers money line.
49ers money line. All right, say it.
All right. I think the problem with this game is for the Cowboys is the 49ers do a lot of stuff that gave them problems early in the year. Making Michael Parsons pick one way or the other and put him out into traffic with McCaffrey is going to change the way the defense is unless Dan Quinn can do an adjustment, which he never could in Atlanta. But that's what's going to be a problem for the Cowboys. But then for the 49ers, the problem is going to be, can they bump these wide receivers and get them off schedule to allow Bosa and the defensive lineman to get to the quarterback? Dak has been getting the ball out quick, has been accurate. And he has taken off and run the ball. So it's also going to have to see whether or not the 49ers uses a spy to slow him down.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, I think the 49ers win this game. They got too many pieces for a lot of people with Debo and McCaffrey, Mitchell, Ayuk, and Kittles.
Yeah.
It's just up to Purdy not to make a big mistake. Give me 49ers money line.
49ers money line. And
give me the over.
The over. That's a smart play here. I can't lie. I like that. I actually like that.
Why you laughing, lady? Eh?
I like the over.
Real talk, I would have did the same.
This is my official. I'm not touching it. Give me the over.
I would have did the same thing.
I like it. I like it. Before we get into Ant's 5 good minutes here, we had a question early. What do you guys feel Derek Carr will go after leaving the Raiders? I think he'll either get to the Jets or the Colts or Tampa. Jets, Colts, or Tampa. Which spot do you feel Derek Carr would thrive in? Which one? And that's a great question too, legit wise. That's why I said we got to put a pin in that and come back to it.
Yeah.
I think that the Jets.
That's a great question.
I think the Jets is the place that he should go. They have the money, but I don't think that they need to. Just because you have the money, I don't think you need to spend that money, right? I think that they just need to be patient and wait for him to choose them.
Mm-hmm.
Let him know that they're interested, but they're not interested at $40 million, you know? And then tell them about what you have. I mean, you have Garrett Wilson, you got Garrett Wilson, you got Brees Holmes coming back next year. You have gangsters up there, and you got a nice tight end. Not only that, but you have a defense that will support you, and you play the NFC East next year. Let's go. What do y'all think that he will wind up?
I don't think he should be in the NFC East.
No. I said he plays the NFC East. The Jets play the NFC East next
Right,
year.
right. But I'm saying, Bruce said, knowing Ron, he goes after Carr. He said,
That's fine. I tell you what.
I completely agree. I don't feel he should come to the Commanders. I think the Colts would be a good look for him. Tampa Bay hasn't officially let go of Tom yet. That's a weird situation. I would not say, even if Tom leaves, I still don't think it's a good idea. If Tom stays, obviously that would be a horrible idea for him. But unless you got some inside scoop that Tom about to go, but even still, that team isn't where it's at. I think the Colts would be good for him.
The Colts.
Colts, yes.
Okay.
I do. The Colts, they're gonna have new stuff. And
a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna have new stuff. So that gives him an opportunity to possibly shine. But out of the three that was listed, I think the Colts will be a better selection.
All right. Ants and deep thought here. I'm not sure what that looks like.
The Jets need to build too, as well.
I don't know, man. I think the Colts, you got to know who the coach is going to be.
Right.
You got to know who the offensive coordinator is going to be. They don't have a lot of pieces. Like, they squandered the last couple of years, which probably 2 years ago was their best opportunity to make noise. I wouldn't go there. You know, for all we know, this was his way of officially interviewing. They officially interviewed what's his name, the interim guy.
Yes.
What, Jeff?
Yeah. They officially. For the Colts.
For the Colts, yeah.
Oh, Jeff Saturday?
Yeah,
Jeff Saturday. They officially interviewed. Yeah. They officially interviewed him today. You don't know what that is. That seems like one of the most dumpster fires. Exactly. So.
Well, I know the Jets was the owner. That's why he was in a different state of mind.
Yeah,
I think the Jets makes the most sense. Mm-hmm. I mean, let's be real. Derek Carr's been very average in his career. He's been a turnover machine, and you at least want to put him in a position where a defense can make up for his mistakes. Maybe you get Breece Hall back healthy next year to help that run game. You got great offensive talent. It seems like the most ready for him to step in and see if he can go to the next level. So Tampa Bay obviously is a bad idea. I say the Jets would be the best place to look for me.
The Jets. Say it.
For him to go to either one of these teams, somebody's gonna have to give us some paper.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
And even if the Raiders cut him, they got to give up some paper because of his contract.
Yep.
So, I mean, the Jets are probably the best out of that group. I don't like Tampa because of the way Tampa's been going offensively with the wide receivers, that type thing. He gonna take too much on his own. What was the other team?
The Colts and the Jets.
Forget going to the Colts. The offensive line is garbage.
I feel like
he don't want to end up like his brother, PTSD while he's still playing. They get somebody for the hit him. All jokes aside, but for real, he got to the point when he was in Houston, he was just ducking because he had got hit so many times. So no, don't go to the Colts because that's what they are right now. Unless the Colts gonna bring in an offensive mind to turn that team around, no. So at this point, it leaves one. The Jets.
The Jets. Hey, listen. I said that the Jets and the Giants are a year early, right? I think we went over this a little bit. Seattle is another team that could be a year early, and these teams have some good picks in this round. And you guys know the Jets did amazing last year with their picks, and those guys came in and had really good years for them. Their quarterback situation does need to be solidified. I think that they'll address their offensive line problems a little bit here. And I think you just dropped Carr in there, and I think they are a legit division contender along with Buffalo, Miami, and New England next year. So my answer for that is the Jets. I just explained why. Great question again, legit wise. I hope you're still watching, so you got our answers there. Now, It is that time that every Washington Commander fans gets nauseous about. This is that once a week thing that we do where we let Antmo talk and we put our computers on mute and we mute our TV. This is the best, worst 5 minutes best, worst minutes with Antmo. Ant, the floor is yours.
This?
I don't know, man.
All right. So, guys, welcome to 5 Good Minutes with Mo. As you see, this is the playoff edition with your Dallas Cowboys. And if you look at the bottom left, 2 weeks longer than the Washington season. So, as we move on, let me just be clear about the first thing. First road win since we beat the 49ers en route to our first Super Bowl in the 1990s, dynasty team to be exact. So, listen, isn't it a coinky dink that we're playing San Francisco again here, guys? Gotta go to their house. Seems like it's gonna, seems like they should trounce us. We're not ready. We're not good enough. They're superior. The league is full of, what are those things, man? Where things go over and they cycles. The league is full of cycles, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I'm not saying that means anything. I'm just saying, what a coincidence, man. Win our first road win. Then we got to go win another road game. Defense travels, run games travel. I don't know, guys. Moving on. Rain Dakota Prescott will continue to be the reason we win or lose. Now, let me say this. Everybody knows I'm a Dak hater. I'm not an apologist by any stretch. But he showed us what his potential could be. He unlocked something that we haven't seen yet from him. 5 total touchdowns, 4 throwing, 1 passing, 0 turnovers. That is not something that we should scoff at. Okay? No, what was that? What was that comment? Go ahead and bring that back up. What did I say? Ammo's mouth is moving, but I can't hear anything. Who cares? Maybe you should get up. Maybe you should stop listening to AT&T Internet, Sid, because I know you're the one that's behind this. So anyway, like I said, Dak Prescott, five touchdowns, and I don't like how they disrespect me on my segment. They never disrespect Lady A's tea. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, 5 touchdowns. Dak Prescott, I can't hate on him this week. He did what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? No turnovers is going to be the key to success, especially going up against a team like San Francisco, who by far is the best defense, not just in the playoffs right now, but in the entire NFL. That is what it is. Tom Brady. Hey, buddy. So glad that we got the pleasure of sending you off into the sunset. First loss against Dallas of your career, and I just got to tell you guys, my heart is so full. I sit back and I feel good about life, I reflect back on all the times we lost, all the times we left time on the clock. And guess what? We just left with a W, man. I'm just glad. It's not to say that I think anything good or over or more about that team than I did, but it feels good for once for the Cowboys to beat a team that was clearly inferior all year. This is nothing to pat yourself on the back about besides the fact that you did what you were supposed to do. This team was 8-9. They lost to the Falcons last game of the season. That shows how bad they are. They lose to the Falcons. Then you look at I said what I said. So you lose to the Falcons 8-9 at the end of the year. Tom Brady hasn't looked good all year. He's did good in pockets. It were games that they won that they shouldn't have won. But I'm just glad that the Cowboys were hopefully able to possibly send him off into the sunset. We know Tom Brady's not going to retire because he's a fool. He left his family to play football. So that tells you what I think about that. Okay, so now I want to get into the finale of this, and we can kind of hopefully go over this in a little bit. But these are my keys to victory. Rain Dakota must continue to have this turnover-free run. That's the first thing. If he's going to go out here and do like he normally does, fumble the ball, 2 picks in the first half, and then we have to fight our way back to hopefully run out of time at the end of the game, I'd rather just throw up in my mouth now. Okay? So let's just stop doing that. The offensive line must contain Bosa and the entire D-line. Let's not kid ourselves here, okay? Shaq Barrett was out for Tampa Bay since early in the year. That was their best defensive player on that line, so that took away from the bolster that they had to be good. This is not for play. This is not for the kids. You put the kids to bed, okay? That means that the Teddy P about to come on. The wine is about to start flowing. Draw's going to be over in the corner.
This is fan.
This is what a grown folks come to play now. So we can't play around. Yeah. We can't play around. Okay.
You can't pull that on Teddy P on the sun. You gotta
turn out the lights.
And if you do, they said, and if you do, you know a baby might be coming.
I'm a ceiling fan.
So the offensive line must play the best game that we won't face a better defensive team and offensive weapons than we'll face this week. So we got to come to play. Okay. Corners have to tackle and tackle well. Listen, they have this segment on local radio called Star Up, Star Down. My star down goes to Trevon Diggs last week. Yeah, he did what he always does against Mike Evans. He holds him to little to nothing. But the problem is he can't tackle to save his life. He don't know how to wrap up. He doing all this shoulder bumping. You're not that guy. You need to learn how to tackle this week, sir, because we're going to need everything and more against Deebo Samuel, okay? That is a grown man. That is an absolute monster of a dude. Shout out to South Carolina. Okay, moving this thing along.
We lost every time to Georgia, but go ahead.
Yeah, but that's freaking Georgia. Okay, so we need to contain the run and make Brock Purdy make plays. I keep hearing all this stuff that we're talking about Brock Purdy.
Use TCU defense.
As you continue to go to new levels, there are new devils. I'm sorry. The level of play is going to get better. New levels, new devils. The competition is going to get stiffer, okay? And we got Michael Parsons in that defense. They have to put him in unfavorable positions. Nobody had more quarterback rushes this year, quarterback pressures than Michael Parsons. This has to continue. Watch for the screen game and don't let these running backs get loose. We struggle to stop the run all year. This is not the time to start back up. Okay, we did a great job against the run game last week. We got to keep it going. Last thing, I don't care what y'all say. Metaphor, shut your mouth. So special teams, Kevon Turpin. We need Kevontae to make a play this week. The intangible things is what could change this. Seriously, I personally don't think we win this game. I'm not gonna let 1 week determine anything. But if Kevontae Turpin can do some changing of field position to get us, you know what I'm saying, on the other side of the 50, possibly score a touchdown, that could change the dynamics of this game. So that is my keys to victory. Thank you for listening to 5 Good Minutes with MO.
Been a real David Downer.
Hey, Ant, listen.
What you say, Sid?
Huh?
Anyway, go ahead.
Ant, I honestly got to say, your segment, your 5 Good Minutes segment is, you absolutely do a lot of work on it. And I really think that, you know, when we give you stuff, it's because we love you and we appreciate you. But listen, Ant, I got to say, Rain Dakota.
He says
he will be referred to. He's been and he will continue to be that until he shows me beyond a shadow of a doubt. Dak, we don't know who that is. Rain Dakota, I know him.
So my question is, you said that he needs to continue his turnover-free ball. Now, we saw Kurt when it was time to nut up or shut up.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, when it was time.
Don't say that either. Don't say that
either. From one of my other favorite movies.
Because I remember somebody taking up a running for a first down and only got 8 yards.
The Zombie Land, you know. Yeah. All right, so listen, when it's time, do you want the ball in Dak's hand, or is that when you think that these pressure situations happen, or is it just throughout the game that you feel like this is going to happen?
What are you asking? Can you be a little? I'm sorry. I'm
like Kurt needed to throw the ball. What is it? 8 yards, and he threw the ball 3 yards. Now we know that's what Kurt does. You need a first down to continue to drive, but you always throw the ball short of the sticks.
What he's saying is, you need 8 yards for a first down. Do you take up a run and slide at 6?
No.
I'm asking you? When is Rain Dakota Prescott going to show up? What point in time is he going to show up and make those mistakes, or is it?
I hope he doesn't. No. Let's be clear here. It's like going to Mardi Gras. It's like when you get beads one time. When you give out beads once, you want to give them out again. Like, don't tease me now. See what I'm saying?
Some stuff you just can't give out.
Like, come on now. So what I'm saying is, it's quite rare. It's quite rare to expect. I never thought. Let me say it this way: I never thought I would see Rain Dakota have a game like that. I never did. But for whatever the reason, he was locked in. And this is just after looking like complete dog crap against the Washington Commanders. So I don't know, man. I hope it doesn't show. But history tells me that he'll make, if we're going to lose, he's going to make the play that's ultimately going to cost us. He's going to slide too late. He's going to throw the ball into coverage that he shouldn't. He's going to feel the pressure, and instead of taking off and running like he did last week, he's going to do something stupid. So I hope that doesn't show and rear its ugly head, but I don't know. I can't give you an estimation on when I think that's going to happen, though, because I don't know and I don't want it to happen.
All right.
Okay. That was interesting.
Beads at Mardi Gras.
That was good. That was good, Ant. That was good.
Good talk.
That was good. All jokes aside, that was good, Ant. That was
great. Okay, appreciate it. Because I was like, when you started clapping, I'm like, wait a minute, he's still messing with me. Nah, okay.
No, Lady A, get to Metaphor's comments.
Yeah, he followed up with you, Ant.
You're talking about because he want those shirts to go up.
I wasn't looking at his comments. What did Metaphor say?
You said something about beads.
I can't get this time back in my life.
We were at Mardi Gras with some beads.
Oh yeah, because you want them shirts to go up. Exactly. You seen them once, you want to see them again.
You encourage. Okay.
They over here playing mama. Stop it. No, stop it.
I don't understand it. I mean,
no. What
are
you doing, Sam?
Sam, you want some bees, huh?
I'll pick him a shirt.
Sam said, "Do not put me."
Sam said, I want the purple ones.
Why?
Nah, but man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. All jokes aside, this is not me speaking as a fan. I think that look? I'm sorry, I forgot our guest name from. Is it Scott? What's our guest name from? Chase. I'm sorry,
Chase. Yeah.
He made a great point. And it's like everybody has been afforded the opportunity to go on a deep playoff run, except for the Cowboys, and it's been with reason. They've put bad product on the field. They've spit the bit in moments that matter. But it's like, what if they actually are peaking at the right time? And they go in there, and what if the roles are reversed and San Francisco's feeling themselves? And we coming in there like, no, we're actually going to stay locked in. I just think, I'm not picking us to win because I don't believe we're going to win. But I think it's going to be a great game.
It's going to be
that's my point.
It could happen. Anything could happen. That's why they have to play the game. You can't just roll out a helmet and say this team's going to win. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are factors that San Fran have to deal with as well. Kyle Smith could have an off week in preparation and getting his quarterback ready when we know that he's a play calling genius. But
who?
Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, okay. I wasn't big fan. I was like, who?
And I said Kyle Smith. And he can. I mean, he may revert back to the Super Bowl when he's playing versus the doggone Patriots. And if y'all don't give up,
I don't think
Dan Quinn's defense is on point. And by the way, y'all losing Dan Quinn. You know that, right? Y'all losing Dan Quinn.
I hope we lose him and Kellen. Listen, you know what pisses me off? Kellen, you wait till now to start calling plays like that?
What do you mean? This is what you're supposed to call them.
No, but see, listen, bro. You look at the team. Look at the games we lost. We were up 2 touchdowns against the Jaguars. We were up 2 touchdowns against Green Bay. We're supposed to be getting ready to play our first game. That's what people. It's like you can't spit the bit like that. No. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. And we played horribly against the Titans. We played horribly against the Texans.
But you had an opportunity to win the division, but you guys say that you looked up at the scoreboard, but I didn't see the scoreboard.
No.
In that stadium, did you see a scoreboard in that stadium? And you guys were disinterested. You looked at who the Commanders were going to play, a bunch of backups, and number 14 is going to get a start. And you guys decided to slack off in your preparation throughout the week, and it showed on Sunday.
I don't think that, but see, that's what I'm saying. That's still an issue. I'm like, you don't overlook anybody. You should play to win every single week. I didn't like that, but the way that they were able to execute against the Buccaneers makes me believe that I don't like it, but that they are able to flip the switch and get locked in and take a different approach because they executed.
It's a one-game plan, a one-game guarantee.
Let me tell y'all something real fast. It's funny. It's and I'm starting to side. If it comes true, I'm siding on everybody in the NFL. So you guys know Rihanna is performing at the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. So she also dropped some merch, some clothing, right? So in her photographs, Rihanna has on her clothes, she's wearing blue. Okay. Everyone's saying that is, these conspiracy theories are saying that is who's going to win, whoever is in blue, right? The other colors that they have are like this brownish, goldish color. So she has two different colors, which most people do. But if in fact this becomes true, I'm side-eyeing everybody in the NFL.
Well,
I don't
normally forget
conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but if it becomes true, that just means it's rigged. And Rihanna,
who's the brown gold?
The brownish gold could be. It kind of depends because I said nothing about her dropping her own personal clothing.
Tell me these teams because I don't know who the brown and gold is.
So it's like Bengals? A brownish, goldish looking color.
That would be the Bengals.
Right. I'm thinking, but what if it's 49ers and Bills? Because they have gold and Bills win. Or it could be like the Bengals against the Giants or the Cowboys.
That's too many scenarios. I'm sorry.
You're right. But if any of this becomes true and whoever wins got on blue and they played another team that matched them colors, I'm side-eyeing the NFL because although I think Rihanna's a great, artist, I don't normally believe these type of conspiracy theorists, but I would be more on you with that if it ends up being the Giants. Because they have, if we talk about the team that should have the least amount of chances to do that, it's them. It should be 49ers, Eagles, Cowboys, then Giants. Like, the Giants should not be in the Super Bowl, like, period. But what about the Bills? How you feel about them?
I mean, I think the Bills have a great chance. I think,
mind you, they've never won the Super Bowl.
But my thing is this. I think it's this with the Bills. If we look at the chances, I think we also keep overlooking because San Francisco had won 10 in a row and stuff like that, that the Bengals were on a crazy streak themselves. Like they started picking up and they had steam. And that's why it was like, oh no, they were going to beat the Bills that night. You kind of get the vibe that was what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt real fast?
Yes.
All right. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but this just popped up on my Twitter line. It was put out like 11 hours ago. I don't know if you guys saw this. It's from Nikki Giavala. It says head coaches and GMs from non-playoff teams nominated assistant coaches to coach up in evaluation in different roles at the Senior Bowl. Washington is one of 4 teams to have as many as 4 assistants get and accept these roles. So congratulations to Ben Jacobs from the Commanders, Ryan Kerrigan, I'm probably saying his name wrong, Travell Wharton, and Jennifer Keenan, which is the running backs coach for the Commanders. They will be going down to the Reese's Senior Bowl, coaching up those guys down there.
And did you see Deron Payne is in the
and Deron Payne is now a Pro Bowler because that's Deron Payne is indeed a Pro Bowler now because
due to an injury of another player.
Yeah, your boy from the LA Rams, Aaron Donald, is out.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a new person here, man. Thank you for jumping in with the chat as well. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. I can't say that name. It's the whole thing.
Engraven
Vids, right? Engraven Vids, right? Yeah, he took Aaron Donald's spot. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. Oh, Aaron, I hope Kerrigan doesn't show them his tape. Oh my God, he's doing the Heartbreak Kid metaphor. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. We appreciate that, and we also appreciate you guys' comments. Say it. Did we miss anything on the rundown?
Nope.
No.
Get it all.
Lady A.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing swell. I'm doing amazing.
Doing amazing.
Yes.
Will you have a Lady A's Avenue for us on Tuesday?
We'll see. Probably so.
Right.
I'm always for digging up dirt.
You're always for digging up dirt. All right.
Yes.
Cool. Are you guys excited? And are you excited about our live streams coming up?
Saturday, absolutely.
And Ant will be watching on Sunday. He likes to mute us.
I ain't gonna be tell you nothing about what's going on Sunday, player, because I'm gonna be in here cussing and trying not to punch a hole through the wall.
Listen,
I know
I
it's probably
told
gonna
you,
happen.
like on live stream. Listen, say it has no like road trip toothpick.
Unless I can go get me an antenna before Sunday.
I don't know. You got time.
It's
hey man, you don't know. You don't know, man.
Man, how many CVSs you passed by the way?
Hey, said
like
with straight granddaddy over me last week. He said, man, if you don't go over to CVS and
but no, he went like this when he was talking to you.
Yeah, he gave you grandpa. He gave you
you don't go over there and get that antenna. I was like, dang.
So listen, we will be streaming.
Look, I was like,
Saturday night, we're gonna live stream the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the New York Giants, and we will live stream on Sunday the San Francisco 49ers hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Ant may or may not be with us, but he will pop in and out, of course, as he is a member of this squad. Say it. Can you hold up the belt one more time? Say it. He ready to go, man. Hold up the belt. Say it. Hold the belt up.
I don't hit the window, player. I don't hit the window.
I know. Say it like I done emailed you. It's time to go.
I done put my Snuggie on.
I saw
Come
that.
on, say, hold that up.
Hold that belt. Say it.
Look here. Championship belt takes time.
No, he's not doing slow motion.
for everybody's sake on this podcast, let this be the last week of playoffs for the Cowboys.
Oh boy,
right? Because we
it's
do
gonna
not
get
want
real
to hear
ugly.
none of this mess.
It's gonna get so much worse because all bets are off. I don't care if it's the Eagles or the Giants. You understand me? That means we have the most legit chance of going to the Super Bowl ever. Okay, but I'm not putting the cart before the horse.
No, you already got that cart in front of the horse already. That cart
I'm not putting the cart before the horse. I promise. No, I'm just saying, player. I'm just saying.
The horse is say it.
Look,
let's do this,
I'm pulling to say it. I'm just saying, player.
Hey, say it. We call this thing an OG classic because we get in and we get out. Tell him, man.
Go Dogs. Back to back.
Artlist.io